Welcome back to RidezoneBikes, your go-to spot for deep dive reviews and real-world tests of the latest motorcycles from around the world. Today, we're talking about the bike that's turning heads everywhere it goes, a motorcycle that blends muscular design with futuristic tech and a bold sense of retro rebellion. This is the 2025 Benda Napoleon Bob. Right off the bat, this machine screams individuality. Whether you're into cruisers, bobbers, or just want something that sets you apart at your local meet, the Napoleon Bob is going to demand attention. But it's not just about looks. Benda has packed this thing with features that punch far above its weight. So, what exactly is the Napoleon Bob? It's a middleweight cruiser with bobber styling, born from Chinese motorcycle manufacturer Benda, which has been on a roll lately, pushing out bikes that challenge the status quo in both form and function. The Napoleon Bob sits in a niche that's typically dominated by American and European brands, but with Benda's signature boldness and a very competitive price tag. Let's start with the engine. Powering the 2025 Napoleon Bob is a liquid-cooled 700cc V-twin, pushing out 76 horsepower at 8,500 RPM and around 67 Nm of torque at 6,500 RPM. This engine is derived from Benda's in-house development efforts, and it's clear they focused on creating a smooth, torquey riding experience that feels punchy without being overwhelming. The throttle response is crisp, especially in mid-range power, which makes it an absolute blast for both urban rides and long highway cruises. The bike uses a 6-speed transmission with the slipper clutch, and the gear shifts are satisfyingly smooth. There's enough low end torque to enjoy easy cruising, and when you open it up, the Napoleon Bob will pull hard and fast, with an exhaust note that step and throat you just like a bobber should be. Now let's talk about design, because honestly, that's half the reason people are drooling over this bike. The Napoleon Bob's styling is dramatic and unapologetic. It features a long, low-slung frame, blacked-out components, and minimalistic bodywork. That massive 21-inch front wheel, paired with the smaller 16-inch rear, gives it a stretched stance and aggressive attitude. The LED lighting all around, including a distinctive round headlamp with a halo TRL, adds a modern twist to the retro vibe. The fuel tank is teardrop-shaped with brushed metal accents and the Napoleon signature etched subtly into the finish. And check out that single floating saddle, a true nod to bobber tradition. But here's where Benda does something unique. The seat is adjustable in height and angle, so you can fine-tune your riding position for comfort or for style, depending on your mood. Moving on to the chassis and suspension. The Napoleon Bob features an inverted front fork and a hidden rear monoshock. This setup gives the bike solid handling characteristics without sacrificing the clean bobber lines. It's a cruiser at heart, so it's not a corner carver, but in day-to-day riding, the suspension is surprisingly well-tuned, offering a comfortable ride while still giving feedback when you need it. Braking is handled by dual front disc brakes with radial-mounted calipers and a single disc at the rear, all supported by dual-channel ABS. The bite is confident, and the modulation is smooth, essential for a bike that weighs around 245 kilograms wet. Despite its size, the Napoleon Bob feels manageable thanks to its low center of gravity and neutral steering geometry. Tech-wise, the 2025 Napoleon Bob packs in more than you might expect. You get a full-color TFT display, which is clear and easy to read even in direct sunlight. It comes with Bluetooth connectivity, turn-by-turn navigation, and even ride stats logging through the Benda app. That's a feature set we usually see in bikes twice the price. You'll also find ride-by-wire throttle, a selectable riding mode system with urban, cruise, and sport profiles, and even traction control. For a mid-range bobber, these are standout additions. There's even an optional tire pressure monitoring system, which adds to the bike's practicality for touring and everyday riding. Now let's talk ergonomics. This is one of the most versatile bobbers we've seen in this category. The riding position is classic feet forward, with wide handlebars that offer good leverage and a relaxed, open stance. Taller riders might find the forward pegs a bit too stretched out on longer rides, but for most people, the setup is comfortable and natural. The seat height sits at 700 mm, which means even shorter riders can flat-foot easily at a stop. And the attention to detail is really where the Napoleon Bob shines, from the machine-built aluminum switchgear to the brushed alloy exhaust tips and leather seat finish. Benda isn't just building a bike, they're crafting a statement piece. The fit and finish are top tier for the segment, and definitely a step above what you'd expect from a company known more for budget offerings just a few years ago. So what's it like on the road? In a word, refined. At low RPMs, it hums smoothly with barely any vibration, and as you climb the rev range, it stays composed, never feeling buzzy or harsh. The torque band is wide, and overtaking on the highway is effortless. In city riding, the bike feels planted and balanced, with just enough agility to weave through traffic. That said, this is not a lightweight naked up, it's a proper cruiser. So tight U-turns and parking lot maneuvers will take a bit of practice. Now let's talk price. Benda has priced the 2025 Napoleon Bob extremely competitively. The expected global price sits around $8,900. Though in some regions it may drop closer to $8,000 depending on local duties and taxes. That puts it squarely in competition with bikes like the Honda Rebel 1100, Yamaha Bolt, and Royal Enfield Super Meteor 650. But in terms of tech, design, and raw presence, the Napoleon Bob has a unique edge. Benda is offering a range of accessories and customization options too. You've got aftermarket exhaust kits, bar and mirrors, custom saddlebags, and even a mini windscreen kit for those who want to add a touring edge. So what are the unique selling points of this machine? First, that aggressive design. You won't find many cruisers with this kind of aesthetic at this price point. Second, the tech package is genuinely impressive. It's not common to get a TFT, ride modes, and smartphone integration in a sub-$9K cruiser. And finally, the engine character. It's torquey, reliable, and offers that V-twin grunt riders crave without the maintenance headaches that come with some of the bigger players in the market. To wrap it up, the 2025 Benda Napoleon Bob is a bold, modern bobber that blends retro style with cutting-edge features and solid real-world performance. It's a statement motorcycle that refuses to be just another face in the crowd, and it comes in at a price that makes it genuinely attainable. If you're looking for a unique ride that doesn't compromise on tech or performance, and you want something that'll have people stopping you at red lights to ask, "What is that?" the Napoleon Bob might just be your next bike. That's all for this review. Drop your thoughts in the comments. So what do you think of Benda's approach to modern cruisers? Would you ride the Napoleon Bob? And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon for more real-world reviews, ride tests, and motor-gear breakdowns right here on RidezoneBikes. Ride safe, and we'll see you on the next one.